No cheating. Just a little bit more. Okay, stop. Open your eyes.
Welcome back, everyone. All right, they told me I'd be talking to sexy rock and roll star Gerard Butler. His latest film, though, is called Machine Gun Preacher. Not exactly the kind of clip I expected from this hunk, who we, of course, loved in 300 and other movies. But gosh, is this just a gripping story? Gerard Butler joins us live this morning. First of all, good morning. Thanks for joining us, Gerard.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Good morning.
Good morning. I heard that you took a pretty big pay cut for this film. Why were you so passionate about this particular story?
I think you've just shown a clip of it there, and immediately you kind of get a sense of how much heart this movie has. It's just a remarkable story, an incredible and colourful adventure, and I just thought it was important to bring this situation to light, you know, in Sudan. And any story like that, it's very inspiring, and I've found that everybody who's watched it has had that reaction to it. You know, you come out and you want to do something. You feel very moved. It has a huge impact on you.
I wanted to ask you about the guy you play, Sam Childers. You see this guy on the red carpet, and he looks so out of place. I mean, it's almost comical to watch him deal with all this Hollywood stuff. Have you guys become friends? What's he like?
He's great. He's amazing, and yeah, I think he kind of sees it all as like Hollywood fluff, but he also knows that it serves a purpose for his cause, you know, to kind of keep the word out there and keep funding his orphanage and to move into new areas, you know, because he's now in Ethiopia, and you know, and he's always kind of trying to spread some good. So he sees the advantage of that. But even when he met me, I knew he was like, yeah, okay, you're Hollywood, you know, let's see what you got.
Yeah, I hear when he met you.
He's a good man.
Sorry to interrupt. I hear when he met you, he handed you a gun, a firearm that was loaded, and never told you it was loaded.
He had got this thing. He had like I have a toothpick. He had a toothpick, and he's like, okay, hey. And then he gives me a gun. He's going, okay, take that. And then and I'm holding this gun. I'm sitting around all, you know, everybody in his house, and I start waving the gun around. They're like, whoa, no, it's loaded. Don't. To this day, I don't quite understand why he was giving me a loaded gun, but that's Sam. That's part of the color that makes up this man. That's what I loved about him, actually, is sometimes when you describe this movie, it sounds very heavy, and there's a lot of funny moments in it as well. He's a funny guy. Mm-hmm. You know, he really, to have lived the life that he did, you have to have a sense of humor about things, and he has a great, wicked sense of humor.
You know, I read somewhere that you carried around a photo album of disfigured children to kind of, you know, for probably many reasons. What was the toughest day for you? Because I imagine that this does change you a little bit when you're doing this movie.
Yeah, there was a lot of tough days in this movie. There was some just because they were so long and exhausting. One, because I got sick from... we were in a township, and I was spending all day lifting kids up and taking them around, and they were filthy. And I'm always like, put my hands in my mouth, and I got really sick. And I ended up getting 2 bags of fluid put in my arm, and that was tough. But I think the day that there's a scene in the movie where a kid gets blown up, and I have to run and pick him up, and when he's been you know, basically blown in half, and I had to do it again and again and again, and that was a really hard day for me.
Yeah, I'll bet. Machine Gun Preacher, always you do such a great job in your work. My favorite still will always be Dear Frankie, but I love Machine Gun Preacher. And hey, Gerard, next time you go, hand sanitizer.
I know.
Bring tons of it.
I learned a lot after that day.
Yeah, I'll bet. Hey, Gerard Butler, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. Scott and Kaylee, I had to get in the hand sanitizer because I know, Gina, Scott has it everywhere. In fact, we could probably ship some Gerard's way.